Hey everybody, my name is Travis and today we are making a square bowl that I'm using as a candle holder. So I got a piece of black walnut, 6 inches square. This will be the bottom and I'm going to kind of curve these things up like this and kind of give this area kind of a flatter area. And then right here I'll go ahead and put in a recess for my chuck. The front here I have a sacrificial piece of plywood here, and that's probably where I'll screw the screw plates in. So what I'm going to do is find center of this and then center it up on the lathe. I like finding the center from multiple angles. Then when I mount it to the lathe, I just split the difference. So it's important for me to get this squared up the best I can because I'm not going to be knocking off these square corners. Those corners are going to be the wings of this bowl. So I need to run this as true as possible. So I'm taking a little extra time to make sure everything is nice and centered. And a little hot glue will keep everything in place while I screw in the faceplate. I start by flattening the bottom of the bowl. Then I start working on the wings. One thing that I've discovered is that you don't want to bring the curve all the way to the corners just yet. When you flip it over and start hollowing, you'll be removing more materials on those corners. As a result, the wings don't come to a point, but rather a rounded corner. So it might be a good idea to leave about 1/8 of an inch on the corners at this stage. Here I'm marking and clearing the recess for the chuck. I'm going through the grits for the final sanding of the outside before I flip over and hollow out the bowl. The wings take a little bit of hand sanding. I'm removing the sacrificial block from the walnut. There it goes. I'm using a paper joint so a few taps from the chisel pops it right off. I'm flattening off the top before I begin hollowing. The wings are a little tricky to shape because you can't really see the edges while it's spinning, so it's all done by feel. So just take it slow, light passes, and hope for the best. Once I have the wings close to where I want them, I can start working on the center. And then a final cleanup pass to smooth everything out. The edges of the bowls are super sharp, so I'm softening them with some sandpaper. Then I work my way through the grits. Watch your knuckles. So I discovered that these wings here are awfully hard to sand on the lathe, so I'm going to just do it by hand. I like using the laser to mark and date my work. I'm using spray shellac for the finish. It seems to work pretty well. I put on 3 or 4 coats. The final finish is paste wax applied with steel wool. It smooths out the surface and cuts the sheen from the shellac. Plus it feels really nice in your hands. After about 10 or 15 minutes, I buff it out with a clean rag, and we're done. Well, that was a neat little project. I learned an awful lot by turning this square bowl. If you found this video useful, be sure to hit that like button. That really helps me out an awful lot. And if you like what I do, be sure to subscribe. I do these videos from time to time and I'd love to have you on board. That's all I got for this time. I'll see you next time. Bye.